Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into Martell Distributors. We've got their capability statements here, and they really offer a fascinating look at how one company serves just an incredibly diverse group of clients.
That's right. I mean, you've got major universities, big banks, local nonprofits, even, get this, a historic cathedral, all on their client list.
Exactly. And they started, back in 2012 in Columbus, Ohio?
Yep, 2012. And somehow they've managed to expand their marketing services not just across the U.S., but into Puerto Rico, too.
Which is pretty impressive growth.
It really is. And achieving, significant digital reach across sectors that are just so different from each other.
So our mission for this deep dive, then, is to sort of unpack how they manage that. How do they pull off marketing that's both adaptable and impactful across the board?
That's the core question, yeah. How does it work in practice?
Okay, let's start unpacking it. Founded 2012, Columbus. The speed of expansion is one thing that jumps out, right?
Mm-hmm.
U.S., Puerto Rico. What do you think drives that?
Well, looking at their statements, it seems like they've built a really versatile approach. Their client base is just incredibly broad.
You mentioned some examples.
Yeah, I mean, Fortune 500 companies, government agencies, community groups, faith-based organizations, charter schools, nonprofits, leaders, too. It really highlights that versatility, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. So let's talk core competencies. They really seem to focus heavily on digital.
Oh, definitely. They spell it out. High conversion rate with supporting data.
And they specifically mention Google and YouTube ads, plus Meta and Instagram.
Right. Which tells you they're grounded in measurable digital-first strategies. That kind of targeted advertising is key if you want to reach diverse audiences efficiently.
Especially across different places and different types of people.
Exactly. You need that precision.
Okay, here's where it gets, really interesting for me. The performance numbers. They mention La Plaza del Mercado de Santurce in Puerto Rico, La Placita.
Ah, yes, La Placita.
They've generated over 100 million Google search views for them since 2012. That number is just huge.
It's staggering, isn't it? And, connect that to their broader Google Maps contributions. They mentioned 120 million views overall.
Wow.
That shows a massive impact on local search visibility. Think about what that means for a small shop there.
Yeah, absolutely. And they also manage a portfolio, it says here, of 100 businesses within that La Placita tourist zone.
Spanning both Puerto Rico and the U.S. So these aren't just abstract numbers. They show real, quantifiable influence on visibility and, likely, business.
It paints a picture of serious impact. And the client list itself, it really drives home that diversity we talked about.
It does. You've got the Merchants Association of La Placita, the Ohio State University, Fifth Third Bank.
And even the Cathedral Basilica Manor de San Juan Bautista, a historic cathedral.
Right. Which brings up a fascinating question, doesn't it? How do you build digital strategies that resonate equally well for, say, an urban marketplace, a huge university, and a religious landmark?
That's the trick.
It demands a really deep understanding of very different objectives, different audiences. You can't use a one-size-fits-all approach.
Definitely not. They must be very good at tailoring things.
Seems like it. And something else worth noting, maybe adds another layer to their profile they're certified.
Oh.
As a veteran-owned business by the SBA, the U.S. Small Business Administration.
Okay, that's interesting, too. Adds another dimension.
Yeah, it can open certain doors, government contracts maybe, and some clients specifically look for that.
Right, makes sense. So, okay, bringing this all together, what's the main takeaway here for you, the listener, navigating all this marketing stuff?
Well, I think Martell Distributors gives us a really powerful example. It shows how deep expertise in digital marketing, when you combine it with a truly adaptable strategy, can bridge these huge gaps.
Gaps between different types of clients, different locations.
Exactly. And still achieve really significant online visibility. It proves it can be done.
So it's a strong case for focusing your digital strategies, tailoring them to connect diverse groups with whoever they're trying to reach, no matter how specific or broad that audience is.
Precisely. It's about focused, data-driven impact.
Okay, let's leave our listeners with a final thought then. Building on this, what unexpected communities or maybe businesses in your own experience, your own world, could really benefit from this kind of targeted, high-impact digital strategy? Transforming their online presence from maybe almost nothing to potentially millions of views. Something to think about.